What's good, Virgo? How you been? Let's just get right into this and I'll get you a Celtic cross. One card fell out before, during the shuffle. It was Five of Pentacles. I'll put that back in. I wasn't quite ready. Let's see what we got for a Celtic cross. Give me one card for Virgo. One card for Virgo. Lead them to their highest path. Anyway. Strength. Well, Virgo could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo in your chart. Maybe a Leo Vedic. Are you feeling strong right now? Standing in your strength and your power, having courage and grace into what you're going in at the moment. With strength, as you see the lady in the lion. The lady can't overpower the lion with brute force. She does that with grace and with love from the divine. And with divine strength and gifts that was given to her in order to calm and soothe him. Okay, well, that fell on the ground. I don't know if I'll take that. Let's go ahead and... What crosses you? Six of Swords. You're moving away. What crosses you? You're moving away from a situation. You're trying to stay strong, and this was after an ending that happened, after you moved away from something, and it's something that you still have like a lot of feeling and pains and regrets and anxieties and fears, just baggage. Whatever you left behind, it definitely wasn't anything that was easy for you to leave behind, and it definitely left some scars when you did leave it behind. Your foundation, causes of your situation, the Hermit. Definitely your energy, Virgo. All over this place. So the causes of your situation is that and your foundation, your physical and emotional needs, and your subconscious desires. You needed time on your own. You needed time to reflect and to connect with spirit and rejuvenate. Maybe you felt like a lot of conflict in the relationships that you had around you. And it was something that was giving you a lot of anxiety and a lot of fears and worries and, just general, pain in the assness. I don't even know. That's not a word, but... And you're trying to stay strong from it and move away from it because it was something that it didn't sit right with your soul at all. And you needed time on your own. You needed time by yourself because you felt like, there's just too much conflict around, and it definitely drains you. What was in the past that drained you? What are you leaving? A soulmate situation. So in the past, you definitely did have a soulmate situation. You moved away from it, and you felt that you needed time on your own from it. Maybe you're unsure about how you felt or your feelings towards it. You kind of needed time to go within, and it was like maybe you didn't give it a lot of chance to begin with because you were trying to stay strong within the situation. You were trying to stay tough and, definitely have some kind of mask on, that, it didn't really bother you, that it didn't really affect you in any way, that you're strong in the situation, whether you left it or not, then, even you're okay. That's what you try to say. And you had to move away from it because it was causing you a lot of stress and strife and fears and anxieties, even though you knew that this has a very strong pull to it. And it definitely wasn't easy for you to do. So your goals, what's your goals? The best that can be accomplished at the present moment. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know. I'm not going to take all that. Let's see what, that was a mess. Let's see. What's the goals for Virgo? 10 of Cups. Your goals, your conscious awareness. Your goals, your conscious awareness, the best that can be accomplished at present is the 10 of Cups. This is your goals. You want that happy family life. And you want that stability and emotional strength, that foundation within everybody leaning together. You could have like a home. Maybe you're a parent and you want that emotional family life. You want that emotional fulfillment with like a family system. And, that's all that you ever wanted. And that's definitely been your hopes. And if you were involved in a situation that didn't give that for you, kind of what you had to do. You had to move away from it and be on your own for a bit, because ultimately, if it wasn't giving you what you ultimately wanted, which is a happy home, fulfillment, security, then you know what you had to do. You had to be strong and walk away from it, even though you knew it was a strong pull. What is your future set before you? If you can't create that abundant emotional stability and that abundant emotional abundance at home with somebody, you want to focus on doing it without that person, because you know what you want. Your future, what is just before you? Are you dealing with an Aries, Virgo? If you're not dealing with an Aries, that's you standing within your power with strength. You're definitely, the Emperor is a man that takes charge. Not only does he take charge, he oversees many kingdoms. He's like the king of the kings. He's not logical at all. He's organized, he's a fair man because he does what's best for the whole, not for himself and the individual. He's responsible. And he's like the boss man. Can be that manager, supervisor, that CEO, business owner. Could be dealing with an Aries or a business owner. Or this is just what you want to become, because you're moving away from something that it wasn't serving you, it wasn't helping for your greatest good and to get you where your goals were. As it wasn't giving you that emotional abundance. And if you weren't going to get it with somebody, you'd rather work on building it within yourself. And you're working to create and be a boss within your own life and self, instead of waiting for somebody to do that for you. Now, Knight of Swords. This fell on the ground. Do I want to take it? No. How you see yourself. your personal strengths and weaknesses, an individual perspective of you. This Knight of Swords. How you see yourself is that you see yourself as someone that's honest. You want to be open and direct and honest. You know, the Knight of Swords is, you know, he's an action-oriented card. Somebody's going to come in and speak their truth. Pages are messengers. Knights are action. Like maybe you want to go in towards somebody and speak your truth. Maybe somebody that you weren't speaking your truth before because kind of you wanted to keep up and put up that front. And even though you knew that this was a soulmate situation and this is what you ultimately want, you kind of, maybe you were stubborn to this in general. But whatever made you stall and move away from this in the past, it's definitely something that you want to come back and have a conversation with somebody. And you want to speak the truth, something that wasn't spoken about before. Maybe you did hold back because you were trying to be seen as strong. Maybe this time apart was something that made you rethink your stance on things. And now makes you want to leave kind of like that mask behind to kind of finally speak your truth. What's your environment, Virgo? Your home, your surroundings, family, love, friends, work. Things that are outside yourself and how others perceive you. Okay, so a lot of conflict, Virgo. So you see yourself as taking action and speaking your truth. Everyone sees you as being smug because of it. Somebody who can be selfish at times. Maybe you're having a lot of backlash because you're going through something right now. And you're kind of over it because now you want to move forward from this situation or whatever situation that you're in. Maybe a situation that you thought would bring you some kind of happiness and balance, but it definitely didn't. And now you had to take some time and go within and to kind of take your strength back and your power back from a situation that was really high conflict. And maybe now that you're speaking your truth and you're not kind of giving in to the situation, people could kind of see you as smug because they see you kind of taking care of yourself. But is that really bad to take care of what you need to do, Virgo? Do people depend on you a little too much in the past? Well, your future Ace of Swords. A truth will be revealed. Maybe a new perspective came to light and you started to see things in a brand new perspective that you haven't seen before. Maybe somebody that you thought a certain way about is now kind of showing themselves in a much more negative light than you thought before, that you haven't quite seen before. But something had came to light, and whatever came to light, it kind of made you cut off to the situation. It made you really aggressive to the situation because now whatever came to light, it kind of blew off this whole roof on this whole like happy family, happy home kind of thing. Maybe whatever was keeping you stuck from leaving, something came about it that actually kind of loosened that chain. your hopes and fears. Your future is that something will be shown. Maybe something just came to light, or didn't come to light as of yet, but someone will be revealed. Maybe something that definitely wasn't for your highest good, and kind of somebody comes and kind of like a backstabbing kind of thing. Maybe somebody that you trusted, somebody that you built a foundation with in your past, and then something came to light about them that kind of made you really change your whole idea about this person. In your future, though, something will come to light. Maybe at the next full moon. But something will reveal itself. Either a person, place, or thing that can be like something a bit nefarious. Like not really something good for your highest good. Your hopes and fears is the Hangman. Hopes and fears of attaining the goal, the lesson to be learned, and blocking your development. So your hopes and fears. Maybe your fear that you're going to be stuck into the same situation over and over again. Maybe you're afraid of making a move because you don't know what the outcome will be, and there's something still holding you up because something didn't fully come to light yet. Maybe that there's some kind of like a maybe there's some kind of separation that's going on, or deliberation, and you're waiting for some kind of judgment, and you feel stuck, and you can't move until that has come to light, until a decision has been made, or until something that you've been waiting on, or an answer that you have been waiting on will be deliberated, I guess. And you feel kind of stuck, and you fear that you're stuck, but you're afraid to move too because you don't know what that outcome will be. So it's something that you definitely want, but something that you're afraid that you might not get if you go for it. What's the outcome? You're still waiting, still being stuck, Virgo, still deliberating. You fear that even if you go after what you want, it'll still be blocked from you. And you want to go out and give an offer, but it's like that analysis paralysis. Maybe you moved away from a soulmate union before because you wanted to win at all costs. And you wanted to stay, like, I don't know, you wanted to look tough in the situation. You wanted to seem like you didn't really need anybody. Because maybe in the past, whenever a person thought that about you, they kind of took advantage of you, and you were afraid to kind of show that face. Let's see, what's the bottom of the deck? Hidden energies is the King of Cups. You have a lot of love for this soulmate, Virgo, and that's the hidden energy. And maybe you didn't show this to the other person because you wanted to kind of like, this is kind of like those games, I guess. Those grade school games of where you like somebody, or like this boy likes this girl in grade school and he pushes her down, and it's like, why? And then that girl is crying and asks, why is he so mean to me? Oh, well, he must like you. Not exactly the most grown-up way that, you know, you would manifest how you would like somebody, but maybe it was just kind of like a habit that kind of like you learned when you were growing up about how to show or not show your love in a particular way. Maybe you have like, maybe whatever Virgo, or it's either you or somebody you're dealing with, had a lot of kind of like, you put on a brave face and you're kind of afraid to show your emotions, and you're afraid to show your emotions because every time you did, you felt like you got screwed over. But then instead of giving you the result of never getting hurt, it kind of gave you the result of the same result, actually, of losing this this 10 of Cups, this fulfilled home. But the first card out is you being strong on this situation and you standing in your strength, and you know that even though you really, really want it, you have such deep emotions for it. You're afraid it won't be taken. And if it was taken, then it won't be, whoever wants to works with you won't exactly be genuine or lasting. Maybe you have a lot to give up to kind of pursue the situation, and that's what's kind of holding you back, because you have everything that you need, except this, except that happy home. And it's something that you want. The best that can be accomplished at present is that maybe you do have a happy situation, a happy home. And maybe you're in separation with that person because you kind of wanted to stay strong to the situation, and you didn't want to compromise on the situation because you kind of value your independence, and you kind of didn't want to show all your cards, even though you felt really deeply for it. But I definitely see that there's a separation from a soulmate union. And maybe, if it's something that you're unsure about actually going forward, and if it's something that does make you feel stuck, not making a decision is also a decision though, right? If you make a decision not to go towards something or not to acknowledge it, it's still kind of a decision, because maybe you do have everything that you need right now. Maybe you just needed some time apart to kind of do what you needed to do. Because maybe you're waiting for something to come to light. You're waiting for like a message, and it seems like you're about to give it out, or you would like to, but something's still keeping you stuck. And it's this fear of rejection, possibly. Let's see what else we got here. I want to go a little more into this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What's this Hermit? Very interesting. Okay, this wasn't all right side up. I'm putting that up. Maybe I shouldn't, but 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you don't have a lot of skill in something in particular. Maybe you're not willing to put the work into something anymore, and you kind of want to move away from it. Because maybe it was just too much work. Maybe it just took a lot of skill that you just didn't have at your disposal, you know? And you wanted to move away from it because you needed to be on your own, because it was like, maybe there was like a job loss or a loss of money or something like that, or maybe you felt like you were being kind of taken advantage of, and you felt like you didn't want to put in the work anymore into something, and you felt like you needed to move away. Yeah. So you're definitely in separation at the moment. 2 of Cups. I know what the 2 of Cups is. Let's see. What's your goals? What's this 10 of Cups? Turning everything back. Turns over, turns over. This is 10 of Cups for Virgo. Let's clarify this 10 of Cups for Virgo message. There, met again, Virgo. Wow. You're trying to go and look within this union. Like intuitively, you had to look within and actually know that this soulmate situation is what you really wanted. And maybe it just took you a little while to figure that out, and you had to be on your own in order to figure that out. And just kind of stop the chatter so you could kind of hear your thoughts and how you really felt about things, and you kind of needed the quiet to be able to do that. What else is about this Hermit? What about this Hermit? Fast and sudden ending with this 10 of Cups situation, with this happy home, with this happy abundant home. And I guess this 10 of Cups is the ending to a family situation, and you had to go within because it was a fast and sudden tower, because something possibly you felt like it needed to end, and you had to be on your own. And you had to look within after the ending. It made you look within and actually start thinking about, why is it that relationships end up the way it does for you continuously? Fast and sudden endings. And it's something that kind of something will reveal itself and come to light, and you see a new perspective from it. What's this Emperor? 9 of Swords. So your future is an Aries standing in front of you. Maybe this soulmate situation, maybe you are dealing with this Aries, and maybe you left an Aries behind, or there was a separation. maybe you left an Aries behind because you felt like this wasn't something that would work out, or it's something that wouldn't last. And even though you had a lot of emotion for it, you had a lot of responsibilities too, and you couldn't just leave it. And maybe it was something that you didn't exactly plan on either. And even though it was something that you know that you wanted, there's something that's standing within your way. It could be distance. It could be you're in a different situation and maybe a different state, or but there's something that kept you separated, or something that kept you needing to leave it behind. Because maybe you thought it wasn't right for you, and this time apart made you realize what it actually was. What's the sign of swords for the Emperor? Maybe you left an Emperor behind. Maybe you wanted to stay strong to the situation, like you didn't really need it, and you didn't really want it, you didn't really plan on it, but then instead of being so easy to walk away from it, it kept you awake and anxious and sad and not being able to sleep at night and stressed now that it's gone. What's a sign of swords? You're thinking on this Emperor, though. This soulmate you're seeing this Aries as a soulmate. And you're reminiscing about them. You definitely feel that past life pull, that soulmate pull. Maybe you've known each other or dated each other in the past, or maybe you grew up together, but there's a lot of history within this relationship, and you definitely see them as your soulmate. And now that it ended, you thought it would be easy to walk away, but it's like it's something that's still pulling at you. And it keeps you awake at night because you do want to work with it. You want to walk towards it. And as much as you want to stay strong to it, like you don't need it, it's something that still bothers you, like that bug in the brain. So you see yourself wanting to send a message. You're going to send an action. You want to send an action of movement towards somebody and speak the truth and let them know what's really going on. Maybe offer them some explanation that you couldn't offer them before. What else with this Knight of Swords for Virgo? What else with this Knight of Swords? Jesus. King of Wands in reverse. You want to go towards a King of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords. You want to go towards somebody and send this Aries a message. But I'll put this on the upright because I wasn't even really sure. King of Swords in reverse. How you see yourself, your personal strengths and weaknesses. King of Wands in reverse. Maybe you felt like you didn't want to settle down. Maybe you don't feel like you have the commitment to stay in one single situation or relationship. Maybe you feel like that there's just some extenuating circumstances that you don't think that it would really last, and that's why you kind of lost passion for it. Or maybe it's just because you have a fear of commitment, and maybe you want to come in and tell this person that. What else with this King of Wands and this Knight of Swords? This King of Wands in reverse, you see somebody as you're not sure if this is something that could last because you were never... Did you have a problem with commitment before? Are you afraid that you're not going to feel the same about it after a while? how you see yourself. You want to send an offer of love and friendship and apologies and working together. And the King of Wands in reverse is someone who's really impulsive, somebody who kind of doesn't think before they act. It's somebody who can be kind of explosive and only driven by passion, and you want to kind of give out an offer because maybe it's something that you know you don't want to lose, but you kind of want it on your terms because you don't know if you can offer that full commitment. But you want to give some kind of offer and movement towards it. You feel like you have to offer some kind of explanation because it seems like something came to light for you. You realized something. You're starting to see something in a new perspective. But, you know, maybe this non-committal situation, maybe you feel like you're not quite sure if you are really ready to settle down, or sowing your wild oats, or dating, or, you know, Knight of Wands, this Five of Swords. So somebody, whoever you're with, this Aries person sees you as somebody who is kind of smug, who wants to win at all costs, somebody who is driven by their passions. I mean, this could be vice versa, but somebody who just comes in and out for passion and, you know, here for a good time, but not a long time. And they see you as somebody that's kind of smug and, you know, somewhat self-serving, maybe because you didn't show all of your cards and emotions, and you were really defensive. And maybe this person, this Aries that you're dealing with, that you're hiding something from it because of it, because of this defensiveness, because of this in and out. Maybe you were. Maybe you did have a family at home, or maybe you left a family situation, and after the ending, a new perspective happened from the separation. What's this Ace of Swords? 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 Knight of Cups. So your future. A truth is going to come to light, a truth about someone in particular, that somebody wasn't genuine about their situation. Or whatever this truth is that now maybe you're starting to realize that what you left behind might not want you back. Maybe you feel like too much was done. And now you're trying to just stay strong in the situation. And while you wait for some kind of clarity, maybe you're trying to stay strong after something that's going to come to light about somebody who wasn't exactly really honest in their past. And maybe that somebody wants to come and communicate with you. And now that whatever you're dealing with you see as something that's not really a lot of, doesn't bring you a lot of benefit, and you're just trying to stay strong from it. You could be dealing with a Leo in your future. Something's going to come to light about someone with Leo or Pisces in their chart, but something's going to come up to light about somebody that was unfaithful. Maybe you're going to go and offer some truth, and it's going to take a lot of strength about kind of what happened in the past. And it was like a struggle for you, and because you want to stay victorious about the situation, and you know you have to go in and be honest about something. And your fears is that you're going to be stuck. Your fears is that you're going to be afraid to reach out because you don't know the outcome of what happens when you do. And you're afraid that you can't move towards it even if you did want it, and even if you did offer it, if that offer would be taken or somebody wants to work with you. What's the outcome while you're still waiting of Page and Pentacles? You're still waiting, you're still deliberating, and even if you do have a lot of great emotion for it, maybe you feel like too much has been done. And you want healing with this situation, but you're still considering to send that message or to make that movement because maybe you need a time of healing after this situation. And maybe you want to heal this situation, but you're just afraid of how somebody's going to react. What's the star? 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 You want healing with somebody, and you want to move. Maybe somebody who has Aquarius in their chart. Maybe you can have Scorpio within yours, or they can as well. But while you're thinking on this, it looks like you came out of something quite large, and after this truth that will be revealed, or this perspective that does come to light, it is going to bring you a lot of healing, and you're waiting for that healing after the dust settles so you can move forward. But it still seems like you have a lot of baggage being taken with you. And you're afraid maybe this person that you want to go towards blocked you. Blocked you from social media, text messages. And you want to come towards somebody to heal this, but you don't know how to send that message out because they blocked you. And even if they didn't, you're kind of afraid of the reaction. What's this King of Cups? The Moon in reverse. That you figure out you do have a lot more emotions than you thought you did. What's this Moon in reverse? What's coming out? What's the secret coming out? That you did want a stable home with this person. That was the secret. I want to see what the Sun is. The Sun is you want to offer. Give someone an offer, Virgo, because there was an ending. Somebody, you left a situation, and maybe this Aries walked away from you, and after this Aries walked away from you, it kind of opened your eyes to kind of what you lost. And now you want to send a message towards it, but you're afraid. Now, let's see. Let's give some advice. Oracle cards for advice for Virgo. This is interesting read, Virgo. Some advice from the universe, Virgo, that will help you to your highest path. What is the best advice from the universe? Regeneration. Best advice that will lead you to your highest path, Virgo. What's the best advice? Here and now. Putting this up. So your best advice, heal from this, regenerate, take time for yourself and take some rest. It looks like you're burnt out. It looks like you've been doing too much. You've gone through something quite taxing. And maybe you just have a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you're overworked. You need time for yourself to rest and to heal and regenerate. Maybe you've been feeling kind of like needing to jump out of your skin and unsettled. It's time to get grounded and balanced and be settled in the here and now. Be okay with taking that rest and regenerating and nourishing yourself and not being so focused on the future and the past. It's just about being in the here and now and being okay to take a rest. Because it will be a change coming, but it's not something that you could force. When it's ready for you, the universe will make moves in order for movement to come and you to meet it. So be flexible. Maybe in the past you did have a lot of rigid perspective towards something, and now it's a little more time to be flexible and to being okay that not everything's happening at once. And know that this period of non-movement was needed in order for you to rejuvenate and to heal, and because you have something ahead of you, which is a new life. The end, it's going to lead you to something amazing and abundant and the land of milk and honey. Your new heaven and your new life. And maybe you're just like, you're super excited to get there and you're having trouble to sit still because it's not moving as fast as you would like it to. But know that when things are meant to happen, it will. Treasure Island at the bottom of the deck. Because there's something really amazing ahead of you. And it's something that's going to make you really happy, but just know where you are right now is where you're meant to be. So definitely take that rest and rejuvenate, because you do have amazing things headed towards you. And it's about you doing what you know you need to do in order to get to the most amazing part. Well, that's my reading, Virgo. I don't know how great that was. I hope it was helpful for you. If you liked it, like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to donate for good karma points. And much love to you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.